25 are exclusive to the Motorola brand, which is the third highest in the smartphone category in this country. We always ensure that we provide best-in-class products which cater to the requirements of the Indian consumers. And in this case, we look forward to collaborate with the right set of partners to create great offerings for the Indian consumer. We started our journey with the leading e-commerce platform in India, Flipkart, 4 years ago, and today we are very glad to partner with them again on the Motorola One Power launch. In this time, we've also collaborated with the global giant Google. We have our partners out here, which is a product which is made with the two of the teams sitting together. The Motorola One Power is Google and us working together. And now, to take you through what the Motorola One Power packs, let me invite on stage our very young Abhishek Kumar, who's the product marketing head. Abhishek, on stage.
Thank you, Prashant. So, today I'm really excited to launch completely new lineup of products from Motorola. It's called the Motorola One series. Now, the Motorola One series has been co-created with Google. It's not just another phone under the Android One program. The Motorola One Power, the product which we are going to cover today, is very special to us. We have worked really hard on this product. Prashant mentioned that this product was 100% manufactured in India. But the story does not stop there. So this product was not only made in India, this product was made for India, and this product was made by India. Now let me explain to you what this means. So 9 months back, we went back to Chicago, our headquarters, and requested them that we wanted a product which is designed for the Indian consumer. For that, we met close to or more than 1,000 consumers across different cities. We covered different age groups, we covered different socio-economic classes, we covered different geographies, basically so that we cover all the demographic representations. This was the result of that study. So, what makes the consumer unhappy? We asked the very simple question to these 1,000 plus consumers. 14% of them mentioned that they do not have the latest operating system. They were not happy that they are not getting the updates fast enough. The next 14% mentioned that their phone took too long to charge. 12% mentioned that their phone had poor battery life in general. Now this is a very common problem and we see this across price segments. Last but not the least, 7% of them mentioned that they did not have good quality speakers. Now these are only the top 4 problems that we have picked from the study. It was a complete laundry list of pain points that the consumers have who are using a phone in the mid-tier segment. Now we collated all this data, went back to our engineers in Chicago, and we put forth a problem statement that you have to create a product which basically enables our consumers to do more, and it gives them the complete peace of mind. With this, the Motorola One Power was born. Now, talking about the very first pain point, which was on updates, we worked very closely with Google to ensure that we stay on the promise of updates. And to explain more about our integration with Google, I would like to call upon stage Mr. Pranab from Google.
Thanks, Abhishek. Hi, everyone. My name is Pranab Mukund, and I head Android partnerships in India at Google. I'm very excited to be here with you to talk about Google's partnership with Motorola to launch the Motorola One Power. Android One is a global portfolio of best-in-class Android smartphones that runs software designed by Google to be smart, secure, and simply amazing. And to that, we are happy to welcome Motorola. The Motorola One Power is the first Motorola Android One device to be launched in India. And here's why we are excited by it. This smartphone will make it easy for you to find answers and get things done on the go with the help from your Google Assistant. You You can ask the assistant to set timers, make phone calls, or check the weather only by using your voice. With the latest innovations from Google Lens, now built into the phone's camera app, you can also easily identify objects, landmarks, and animals simply by pointing your phone at them. Google Photos. Google Photos will offer you unlimited backup of all your photos. You can organize and bring your moments to life with Google Photos, where all memories are not just automatically backed up, but are searchable using our advanced AI features. They can easily be accessed, shared, and edited from any device, anywhere. The Motorola One Power is amongst the most secure smartphones with 3 years of monthly security software updates and Google Play Protect built in, so you can have the latest and most secure operating system running on your phone. Google Play Protect actively scans and verifies over 50 billion apps every day and uses the intelligence of Google's machine learning to dynamically prevent viruses and malware. Android Pie. We're also very excited that Motorola One Power will be amongst the first devices to upgrade to Android 9, or Pie as we call it. These upgrades will be available as soon as October and going forward. Android 9, or Pie, is a part of Google's ongoing commitment to bring the power of AI to everyone with improved intelligence, simplicity, and an emphasis on digital well-being. When users upgrade to an Android 9 or Pie device, they will get an operating system that is smarter and simpler, one that, at its core, learns from the user, gets better for them the more they use it. Now I'm going to hand it back over to Abhishek to tell you something more about the device's key features.
So thank you, Pranav. Oh, guys, I'm really excited about this product, and I'm really tempted to use Android 9 on my device when it comes so early, and this will be the first device to get Android Pie, one of the first devices to get Android Pie. Now, that's the number one pain point, right? And the number one pain point on updates is sorted now. But there are a bunch of, like I mentioned, there was a laundry list of problems that we have addressed on this phone. So let's see what else this device has. So now talking about the design, we have a complete new design language on this device. This came out again as one of the key feedback from our consumers that they wanted a durable design. So the Motorola One Power comes with a precision crafted metal design. And again, the phone has good curves at the edges, so it fits easily into your hand. So in case you are using it in the landscape mode, or in fact, even if you're using it in the vertical mode, the device easily fits in your hand. And we have also added the fingerprint sensor at the back, so it is easily accessible in one-handed or two-handed usage. We have added a bit of style to it, so the Motorola logo becomes the fingerprint sensor. Now only two brands have such a long legacy that they can be identified as an icon which is small enough to put on a fingerprint sensor. One of them is Motorola, other one I'll left to you to guess. Adding to the design, now like you remember that 7% of the consumers mentioned that the audio quality on the device was not good enough. So we have added a speaker which is a bottom firing speaker at 84 decibels. Now 84 decibels is really loud. On top of it, we have added a Dolby Audio plugin. The Dolby Audio has a dynamic setting which basically automatically recognizes the kind of content playing on your phone and changes the setting automatically. It powers both the speakers as well as the earphones or the headphones when you plug in. Now you have good speakers on this device, but what good are speakers if you don't have a good screen? So the Motorola One Power comes with a 6.2 inches Full HD Plus Max Vision display. It's at a 19:9 ratio and it's as bright as 450 nits so that you can easily view the display even in direct sunlight. Now our engineers have worked really hard on this device, and I keep on coming back to the fact that they've worked really hard on the design of this device. The Motorola One Power notch has multiple components housed. So you have a flash, you have a microphone, you have a proximity sensor, you have an earpiece, and a 12 megapixel front camera, all housed in a small notch on the device. Even with this notch, the device maintains an 81% screen to body ratio. This is one of the highest in this price segment. Again, a very common ask when you have a good screen and a good speaker, and something you don't find in most of the smartphones today. So the Motorola One Power will support Netflix in HD. So it has the Widevine L1 certification. So now you can view your favorite series in HD on your smartphone, powered by Dolby Audio Sound. Now, since you will be watching or you will be binging a lot on the series, we have made sure that you have enough battery power on your device. So the Motorola One Power comes with a 5000 mAh up to 2 days battery life. So again, coming back to the design, this is one of the highest density batteries made ever from Motorola. This device is only at 8.9 millimeters with a 5000 mAh battery. So after the presentation, I would request you to have a look at the device. I can feel that how comfortable it feels in your hand, or in fact whenever it's in your pocket. So this device is completely a powerhouse. And in case you run out of power, we have made sure, again, coming as a consumer feedback from those 40% consumers who were talking about how their phones did not charge fast enough. We have included a 15-watt turbocharger inside the box. Again, one of the rarest in this price segment. The 15-watt turbocharger gives you 6 hours of power with 15 minutes of charging. Coming to the processor front, the Motorola One Power will be running a Snapdragon 636 processor, and it will come with 4 and 64 configuration. Now this processor is really fast, it's tried and tested, and it will ensure that whether you're watching movies or playing games, the performance will be smooth enough. Listening to our Indian consumers, we have made sure that it has a dedicated micro SD slot. So you have a two SIM slots and a separate SD card slot on the device. On the camera front, the Motorola One Power comes with a 16 plus 5 megapixel dual rear camera system. The 16 megapixel camera on this device is at f1.8 aperture size, which basically means you can capture great images even in low light conditions. We have added a 5 megapixel depth sensor there, which basically identifies the background, and you can have great portrait photos on this device. Just some examples of images which are clicked on this device. The edge detection has improved a lot, and you can experience it when you use the device. One of the key concerns or one of the key feedbacks which came to us from our social channels was a lot of consumers asked whether your Motorola devices support 4K recording or not. So for the first time, we have enabled 4K recording on the Motorola One Power. Let's see some demos or some examples of how this works. So you can see there is no drop in the frame rate. You can see the color composition which has been captured. And by the way, this has been captured today here at the hotel itself in the morning. Can we have the next video? So you can look at the richness of the colors captured here. And again, there are no frame drops in this 4K video recording. Here you can see that there is no lens flare coming from the object which is there right in front of the camera. And it perfectly blends the foreground and the background in this particular video. So now you have big screen, you have great speakers, you have a good dual rear camera system. But what I'm more excited about is the front camera on this device. So the Motorola One Power comes with a 12 megapixel big pixel front camera. It's a 1.25 micron meter sensor. It captures more light, and basically you can capture great selfies even in low light conditions. Again, one of the very first, and based on consumer feedback, we have enabled selfie portrait mode through AI. Now the AI edge detection is really perfect, and it's almost as equal to having two cameras in the front. So you can again test it out when you have the device in your hand. Apart from the selfie portrait mode, you have the professional mode, you have the auto HDR, and a selfie beauty mode. Here is an example of an image clicked with the front camera. So like I mentioned, I mean, it's almost as equal to having two cameras in the front. Now, Motorola experience are something which are very integral to a Motorola consumer. And we have data to support this, that a Motorola user normally upgrades to a Motorola phone. The reason being that actions like, or the Moto experience like chop chop to turn on your flashlight, or turn on the camera, you do a double twist. This is so ingrained in a consumer that he cannot live without it. So what we have done is we have kept the top 3 experiences on this device. Now we would have wanted to include the complete suite of Moto experiences, but again, if we wanted to include that, that basically means more customization to the Android One program, and that would have meant a slightly delayed updates. We didn't want to do that. So we have put only the 3 most widely used experiences on this device. Adding to the design, like I mentioned, it's a durable phone. It's a metallic design phone. But again, to strengthen that promise, we have included a protective case inside the box, and you get splash-proof coating on this device as well, which will prevent the device from accidental spills. I mean, it really works in the rainy season we are experiencing out today. So we have a great device. We have the biggest battery in this price segment. We have, one of the biggest displays, and so many innovations being done on this device, everything taken from a consumer feedback, and a device which is designed truly for India, which enables you to do more. So can we have the sizzle, please?
Hello, Moto.
Heat is on, it's alright. Just get ready, cause we got no time. On every beat, on control. Life gets real if you don't aim low. So take a look, it's happening now. Ready to shoot, to twist and wow. You won't get real, I shoot my dice. See the life updating right in front of your eyes. Feels like magic, that's for sure. When you're ready, world is yours. Feels like magic, that's for sure. When you're ready, world is yours. Heat is on, it's
Fantastic. So I am really excited about this product, honestly, to put. This is one of the best Motorola phones that I've ever seen. You get everything. It's a complete package. So are you ready? So let me call upon stage Mr. Prashant for the slide you have been waiting for, which is the price of this device.
So, Abhishek has told so much about this device, and it is a power pack device. Do we agree or not? It's a completely power pack device. So, we also said that we need to price it right, correct? So, we've been hearing consumers talk about Motorola pricing going a little off. So, we decided to price it right this time. But it's so power packed with Google Lens, with the 6.2-inch screen, with Dolby Audio. So we said the right price point for this should be 24,999. Oh, I don't hear any response at all. I can hear some sparks. And they said, you lost it again. So we decided, okay, we're going to hear at least, forget consumers, at least we should hear people inside this room. So we said we'll make it 19,999. Oh, there's some claps. So Rachna is very excited about it. But you know what? I don't see any reactions from anybody else. Okay, so we've decided to make this product keeping the Indian consumer in mind, power packed with what all Abhishek has talked about, but it also needs to have the price the Indian consumer will appreciate. And this product we will launch at 15,999. I think there we got it. Not just this, this will be exclusively available with our strategic partner Flipkart. The registration start now, today, 24th, and this will be on sales from 5th of October starting 12 o'clock. So at 15,999, exclusively on Flipkart.